Now, I heard Dan Byer say, I believe Ashanti's going to be doing the national anthem tonight. Is that true?
I got 4 words for that. Whoopity-doo!
I mean, you had Fat Joe last night. What are you going to have? Is Ja Rule doing the 7th inning stretch? Is Bo Bice doing the anthem?
You're slaying it with your 2000s references.
I heard
right?
Ashley Simpson's going to be in attendance.
I wouldn't be surprised that the Yankees bring her out, too, because Fat Joe was not it. I don't want to be the guy...
Who's sitting behind the dugout? Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton?
I don't want to be the guy dumping on Fat Joe because he represents New York. He represents the Yankees. He's there for them, and he did his best. But that was not it, and that set the tone from the get-go. I was there in L.A. when Ice Cube came out. Mind you, I'm rooting for the Yankees, but I had to acknowledge, this is dope. Everybody was on their feet. I had to stand up because I couldn't see.
The Yankee players were bobbing their head. Meanwhile, Ice Cube was rapping about how the Yankees stink.
And I know it's not a competition between Ice Cube and Fat Joe, but we're from the East Coast, and I can't tell you anybody, unless you're Cuban or Puerto Rican or from the Bronx, that still bumps to Fat Joe. He's cool, but something was wrong with the audio mix, or something was not vibing where it was flat. The fans weren't into it.
It all felt forced.
That's the thing. It felt like it was a comeback to Ice Cube, even though MLB probably said, yeah, you guys do this, you guys do that. But it didn't work, and it set a weak tone, and the Yankees just continue to suck, and it's depressing. I don't know how I feel about it, Danny G, but my mom said she's happy for you. Tell Danny G I'm happy for him. So, just straight misery, and I think we all lose because this was supposed to be the Clash of the Titans. This was supposed to be Perseus and Calibus. This was supposed to be something cool, and it's been nothing but a dud. And if the Yankees win tonight, 4 more words. Whoopity-doo!
Whoopity-doo.
The Yankees are what was that bird, that annoying little fake bird?
Oh,
robotic
Bubo.
bird? Yeah.
The owl.
That's who the Yankees are from Clash of the Titans.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the Yankees could have responded. Like we said, Ice Cube walking through Dodger Stadium. That place was fired up. You know what you needed? You needed the bullpen doors to open, a grand piano be pushed out to center field. You break out Alicia Keys
I thought you were going to say
Jay-Z.
Elton John.
And, no, not Elton John.
Billy Joel.
Not Billy Joel either. Jay-Z and Alicia. Come on.
That would have been way better.
We know Jay-Z thinks he's way too important and powerful.
Why? I thought he could make a Yankee hat more famous than a Yankee can.
That was the old Jay-Z.
I think he's just so tied up in all this Diddy controversy, he wants to keep a low profile. Even if he's
I think he did.
not involved, I think he wants to remain out of the spotlight. That's just my speculation. What do I know?
Yeah.
But it did not hit. It was not it. Fat Joe, and again, I say that respectfully, I like Fat Joe. But it's so, like Rich said, 2000s. Ice Cube is just a hip-hop legend. And when New York is the birthplace of hip-hop and that's all you got, that's depressing, and it set a weak-ass tone for a weak-ass night and a weak-ass turnout from the Yankees, and it's embarrassing. The big, bad Bronx Bombers ain't bombing anything. They're stinking like Abe Lincoln, like the great stink of 1858. They continue to pitch to Chet from Weird Science. They continue to pitch to Biff Tannen and his chompers. Freddie Freeman and those veneers deserves a karate kick.
How dare you?
I like Freddie Freeman, so I say it respectfully, but you keep pitching to this guy, throwing meatballs right into his wheelhouse. Like, Jesus, him and his flat top are getting annoying to me. But I say that respectfully.
All respectably, of course.
Yeah.
What'd you call him yesterday? A drill sergeant from the 1950s?
Right.
That is
He
spot
doesn't.
on.
You're letting this guy beat you, man. It's not like the Dodgers pitching yesterday, Walker Buehler, he was unhittable. He was great. But you can't say that the Dodgers are slaying it. They're letting the Yankees still in the game. Like, they only scored 4 runs yesterday, right? The Yankees only lost by 1 out and 1 hit in game 2. So, are they still in it? Big dreaming, bro. I
feel
say
like
no.
Teoscar's arm took the wind out of the sail, yeah. Well, that throw to home plate.
That was horrible.
Well, sending Stanton, as he rounded third, I don't even care about the Yankees. And I was like, no!
Old cement foot Stanton?
His
Those drunk legs?
Old cinder block foot Stanton? Come on, dude.
Now,
you don't send him there. That was such a bad call.
He might be one of the strongest guys in Major League Baseball. So I do pose the question, if this were 20 years ago, before Buster Posey rules, would Stanton have mowed down the catcher?
I'd rather see Buster Poindexter open up than Fat Joe. Speaking of Busters.
I heard Jeff Probst is going to be there tonight to introduce his new show, Survivor.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, Yankees are living in the 2000s, and you know what?
If you're going to do the 2000s, I think Method Man would have been a better choice. I think Nas would have been great.
You go Wu-Tang all the way all day. And then Dan Byer opened up with that update that Ashanti singing the national anthem. She can't even sing. And I say that respectfully.
Everything you say you can't cover up just by saying respectfully.
Sure, I can.
You can't.
I don't mean it. I mean it like I don't like her or she's a bad person.
She hasn't been relevant in 20 years.
That's the point,
I haven't heard
dude.
a peep from her in 20 years.
Well, when you bring in hip-hop, you bring in beef. And when you're putting down the Ice Cube card,
yeah, exactly.
you need to pull out of your arsenal the most majestic hip-hop card you could ever think of to lay on top of that. Otherwise, it's just weak.
Yeah, and it's not a competition, but that's how it felt.
No, in the music world, it's a competition. Once you put up Ice Cube, it became a competition.
So
yeah, it's versus.
If
Even
you're gonna-
Jadakiss would have been better.
Like, if they had brought out a pop artist in New York, like if they had brought out J-Lo would have been great. But if they had brought out a pop artist to counter that, fine. But the second you brought out another hip-hop artist against Ice Cube, it just looked weak.
yeah, and it felt weak.
To say it's not a competition.
Well, it's not, Rich. It's not fair to compare Fat Joe to Ice
No,
Cube.
but there is a
I think they thought it was.
there is a fandom competition. And by the way, people are so mad at Fat Joe. They were like, "Get your damn Timberlands off the pitcher's mouth." People are mad about his shoes.
I know.
Anyway,
Poor guy. He tried. That's the thing. I
See
feel
what
bad.
Big Mike is wearing today?
there's a
If you look down at Big Mike's feet,
he's wearing some Timbs.
when's the last
Stay
time you
on-
ever looked at a man's shoes?
Stay off my pitcher's mouth. Good quote from Shawshank.
Someone used it the other week.
So my point is, while it's not a competition, I get it. It's Yankees Dodgers. It's not Ice Cube versus Fat Joe. To say that fans and people aren't observing these things, that's the reason you bring out Jeter to throw the first pitch, like the Dodgers brought out Orel Hershiser. You bring out the A-listers. You bring out the super fans. You bring out, this is when you lock and load. It's the World Series.
Well, Paul O'Neill throws it out tonight, and the question
Perfect.
goes
So if
like
they
this.
lose, the crybaby will be on standby.
He'll be bashing Gatorade coolers in the dugout. So before we get into Showtime Mahomes trivia like we do every Tuesday, we give away some prizes. Before we talk about D. Wade and that statue again and Anthony Richardson, do the Yankees still have a shot? Well, Aaron Boone, he's been almost too positive to the point where it's like aggravating. It's like, all right, dude, can you get a little mad? Like, why you let me get mad?
Well,
you get mad. He says, hopefully we could be this amazing story and shock the world, but we've got to grab one first. I say they got to hit first because I see the path. We see the path of possibility. They win a bullpen game tonight, right? Okay. Then Garrett Cole here to close it out tomorrow. Garrett Cole tomorrow. Now they got to win one in L.A. Oh, guess what? Now we're tied 3-3. So I could see the path, but do I see it happening? No.
You know what
the
it's like?
Yankees
It's
are
like
flat and they're not hitting.
No.
And not only are they on their way to losing this series, Rich, they're on their way, mark my words, they're on their way to losing Juan Soto. Because I don't even want to watch them. You think he's going to want to play for them? The body language is off. The mood and vibe is off. If I was Soto, I'd be like, yeah, I think I'm going somewhere else.
I know it's a BS cliche that players and coaches say, but you do have to take it game by game. And if you do say, well, it's a bullpen game tonight, if the Yankees don't want to get swept, you got to win when you're playing.
Yeah, where's the heart,
when
bro?
you're playing tonight? And then, you're right, Garrett Cole tomorrow.
I feel like the Yankees were visited by the ghost of Mola Ram, and he took all their hearts out. Galima.
Well,
we also
Temple of Doom reference.
We also heard all this
Cocktail.
when Rich's Mets were playing against the Dodgers. We heard all this. Oh, it's Buehler. That's a winnable game. Oh, it's a bullpen game. That's a W for the Mets.
Dude,
Didn't
they
turn out
made
that way.
Buehler look like he was Cy Young himself. That dude was in a zone, but is he that good, or are the Yankees sucking that bad?
but Danny, you have to as a fan. Otherwise, why even root? Like, you have to at least see the path.
No, I get
The
it.
Dodgers
I see
aren't
the path.
The
Yeah, break it
Dodgers.
down again, Rich.
The
That's
Dodgers.
why you don't open the door, not even slightly, not even a crack.
yeah,
the
so Danny G
Dodgers
wants to
are
see
so
them stomp
dominant.
them tonight.
The Dodgers are so dominant, but you have to say that the Yankees' bats have been dead. If they wake up a little bit, you're right. You beat the Dodgers, who are pitching a bullpen game tonight, then it's 3-1. Then it's like, all right, 3-1. your ace, the guy that you pay a ton of money to. Garrett Cole goes tomorrow.
And you leave him in.
You leave him in. All right, now it's 3-2. You go back to L.A. Some Dodgers fans, I heard a couple dads at the school say, well, hopefully the Yankees win the next couple so we can win it at home. I'm like,
That's
no.
such a bad take.
Oh, you win it when you
These
can.
are nerdy LA dads, not even from LA, by the way.
That's true. I agree.
They're like transplants
Yeah.
from somewhere
I
else.
agree.
Like, oh, let's go Dodgers.
Like Danny's a Dodgers fan.
A real fan is get it done right now. You put your foot down on the gas pedal.
we want to
Can I
clink
say
it
this?
home.
Just this, the same way you want to strangle your typical Botchagaloop New York Yankees fan, right? 27 rings. This is New York, baby. How you doing? Right, that guy?
That guy, yeah.
Can I just tell you, I want to karate kick the weenest Dodger fan. Not the down fools, not the Vatos Locos, not the old school Dodgers fans, not guys like you, Danny G. All these transplant nerds that root for the Dodgers.
I'll tell
these
you who.
nerdy dads.
I'll tell you who.
Oh, let's go. Oh, let's here for the Dodgers. I want to strangle them.
The dads that I see at school drop off that are wearing Crocs with a Dodgers hat.
Yeah,
and
that guy.
I'll be like, hey, you excited tonight? And they're like, what's tonight? I'm like, the Dodgers game. Is like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that guy. They're just as bad as the obnoxious Yankees fan.
So, to wrap, as a fan of
Rap like Fat Joe.
To rap like Fat Joe, keep your Timberlands off the pitcher's mound. As the team that's trying to chase, you have to, as a fan, even if it's unrealistic, do what Covino and I just did for him. Map out the possibilities. Win the bullpen game, then you got Cole, then you got Rodon, and then it's like Game 7's up in the air. You got to do that and play mental gymnastics as a fan. It's sort of what you have to do. Now, you talk about history being made. Teams that are down 3-0 in the World Series, this is a wild stat.
They're also down mentally big time.
24 times teams have been down 3-0 in the World Series. Would you believe 21 of those 24 times the winning team went on to win Game 4 and sweep? Only 3 times has the losing team even forced a Game 5, which is where they lost. No team down 3-0 has ever even forced a Game 6. So, Covino, statistically speaking, you're not even going back to Dodger Stadium. In fact, Danny, during our live broadcast on Friday night, you guys won't be watching baseball. It'll be done.
Well, let
if
it be
history
known,
repeats itself.
Let it be known that today here in studio I'm wearing the Yankees batting practice jersey because they need a lot of it. All right? And I hope something flips tonight. I hope they bring some sort of heart and dignity and pride. And what really upsets me is that their heart and their vibe isn't matching the heart and vibe and grit and grind of a New Yorker. And that's why New Yorkers are so disappointed. It's like, this isn't representative of what we're all about. We got fight. You got to fight. Even if here's the thing, Danny G. Let's say the Dodgers were to win. Respectfully, you got to tip your Yankee hat. Like, we got beat. Yankees are beating themselves. They're playing like ass streaks. Not the good kind, the deflated kind. And
like
it's
some floppy ones.
Yeah, like some really weak ass streaks. It's not fun to see.
Like mine.
If the Yankees battled, this is my point. If the Yankees battled, showed some heart, showed some fight, won a few games, and you guys still win, hey, man, what are you going to do? We fought hard. The Dodgers are just a better team. The Yankees didn't show up. And if they show up tonight, it might be too late. Really disheartening. And beyond this studio and our fandom, it's bad for baseball because we had such high expectations of what could have been. This is the series that's going to save baseball and put it on the map. Yeah, worldwide, the ratings are great. But you ask any of your friends, they're like, yo, man, the Yankees stink.
This has
It's not
been a
even
dud.
battle. It's a dud.
This has been a dud
It's a
World
dud.
Series with the most ideal matchup.
It's a dud.
It's an absolute dud.
And it makes it more disappointing.
Maybe not for Dodger fans, but this is a dud World Series for the average
You're like,
watcher.
where's Judge? Where are all these
that
home
why,
runs? Where's Shohei, by the way? The
Wow.
Dodgers are winning, but it's not like he's doing anything.
Is that why when I texted Iowa Sam asking him if he was coming to Seattle, he sent me a picture of Aaron Judge? Said he wasn't going to show up.
Yeah, not showing up.
Have you seen
Arson
that?
Judge.
Have you seen the meme floating around? It's some guy. There's a meme floating around. I love it. Hold on. I got it right here. Actually, I texted it to you earlier, Spot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but we saw you leave with that girl.
Yeah.
My boys saw you took her home. Did you hit it? And then it's a picture of Aaron Judge set. I'm like, no. That was funny. By the way, our buddy Michael Yo, comedian, radio TV guy, he just hit us up and said, LL Cool J. He was busy last night?
Bro, nail on the head.
He was.
That's a good one.
He was on the Manning cast. So yeah,
come on.
he was busy.
And he
He
actually
was wearing a
has
Giants cap.
he actually
Yeah.
has a new album that you would think his record label would want to promote.
Damn.
Well, there was a Monday Night Football game on, so he was too busy with that.
No one cares about the Giants, dude. Yankees are in the World Series. That's a major ball
Yeah,
drop.
yo, that's a good one.
Where
LL
is-
Cool J command, because you hit it, Cove, at the start of the show. You said it set the wrong tone.
It did, man.
From the get-go, and it really did, because when you saw Ice Cube walking out from the center field fence,
Fire, bro.
fans jumping up and down, singing the song, bow down word for word. What did the crowd look like when they panned on the crowd when
there
Fat Joe was
one
rapping?
middle-aged woman dancing. One. I'm not even making that up. There was some.
I mean, Lean Back was a banger in 04.
Yeah,
I love Fat Jim.
Hold on, and again, I feel bad. Fat Joe was there to represent, right?
Of course.
I did think he was hearing some echo, some audio issues, but on top of that, it wasn't
But
vibing.
Ice Cube had echo too. That's what it's like in a big stadium like
Yeah,
that. You just
well-
gotta go. You gotta rise above it. And he didn't seem like he had the right energy. The crowd didn't have the right energy.
It was off.
Can-
And it's sad.
Can I jump in on here? I want to play you some audio from my show on Sunday. This is me and Kerry Rhodes. Monty Bolaños is at the news desk, fresh off of Game 2 where Steve Covino was on Saturday night. This is the conversation that occurred on Sunday.
Still feeling the vibes from yesterday with Ice Cube doing the intro coming out of center field. Monty, was it as good on at Dodger Stadium as it was on TV?
It was better because
Oh, it was
I
better.
wasn't expecting it, actually. So
The only way the Yankees can top it is we bring out Fat Joe and do a little lean back.
That was Kerry on Sunday. Yes.
Oh, you know why? Because he's synonymous with the Yankees as far as being a fan.
Sure.
It doesn't mean his catalog matches up or he's respected as much as Ice Cube
Man,
is.
let's not blame Fat Joe. Yankees stink.
Yeah, and honestly, I said it may seem like a copycat, but at the time, you're thinking like, okay, this can be cool. And then all of a sudden it happens, and you're like, oh, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no.
But you know what else? You know what else I thought of? When Fat Joe said, yeah, I'll do it, he was probably thinking, we're going to be in this. And the Yankees have been flat ever since, so you got a flat, nervous crowd, too. You know, they're all on eggshells, and it felt like, oh, no. Like, this
Yeah.
isn't how we're going to win tonight.
Yeah.
It's not Fat Joe's fault. It's Aaron Judge's fault. It's Aaron Boone's fault. It's every Aaron. You know what? I hate every Aaron moving forward. And no, it's bad calls at third base, sending Giancarlo Stanton, the bats being flat. It's all these things. They need to wake up tonight to at least make it fun for the casual fan.
Damn Aaron Burr.
I have a question for Rich Davis.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And Spot, you too as well, because you don't have a dog in the fight. But I said this earlier on the network on Doug's show, and I felt it last night. I felt the series was over after Game 1 when Freddie Freeman hit the grand slam. Did you, as someone who's not tied in, did you at all get that sense? I completely did.
I bet a few $100 on the Yankees last night.
Okay.
I thought they were going to bounce back. I thought they would leave the Bronx down 3-2 and need to win 2 in LA. I thought the Yankees would win 2 out of 3 at home. I really did. I thought
Still could happen.
I thought they
but-
would wake up. I thought bats would wake up. I read it wrong, dude. Yesterday, man, I made our prop bet of Soto, Judge, everyone getting a hit. I did think they would turn it around.
My word may not mean as much, but I started to feel a little uneasy after Game 2. I mean, I know it was a lackluster game, but still, like when they were down 2-0, leaving, I was like,
you brought up Juan Soto.
He's gone. I was just thinking about him right now. It's like that.
Oh, you
that
mean the new
beautiful
Met?
woman who's not beautiful anymore.
Soto?
That's the Yankees. And Juan Soto's like, yeah, I don't think I want to marry this team.
Gosh.
That's how I would feel if I was
His
him.
botching of the Kike Hernandez triple in Game 1, just a fielding wise, I think also set the tone.
Steve Cohen is sitting back in his chair,
Like
Mr.
Burns.
Mr. Burns, just
Yeah.
like, yes, he's ours. Yes.
You know what? I get it. Listen, there is, and I hate saying this as a Mets fan, there is something to be said about the pinstripes and the lore of being a Yankee. But when Juan Soto is a guy that is known to chase the bag, he wants his money, and you see the Mets having all that fun, Lindor and Vientos and all these young Latino players, Covino, in the Queens, you don't think Juan Soto's like, man, that might be fun?
Absolutely. Especially after dealing with this. Without question, not only are the Yankees in jeopardy of losing the series, they're in jeopardy of losing Juan Soto.